Welcome to Boxing Media Hub, sponsored by Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat, and we are live. Yes, welcome to Boxing Media Hub, the most interactive boxing channel on YouTube, and I stand by that. We will respond to you, send in your comments, and we are with you. And with me and Jam this evening, we've got Mr. Neutral in his Art Deco lounge, and we've got Mr. Marley Mason, who looks like he's on the run. It's great to have you both with us, and we are going for Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker. What a cracking fight this is going to be. Daniel Dubois, 24 fights, 22 wins, 21 knockouts. Last out in September, you may have heard about it. It was a little fight against Anthony Joshua where he won in KO round 5. Joseph Parker, 38 fights now, 35 wins, 23 knockouts, was last out against Zhilai Zhang in March, which was a win on majority decision where he recovered so well in that fight, showed his mettle. And this is for the IBF World Heavyweight title. Marley, I'm going to go with you because I don't know how long we're going to have you with us before your signal goes and you're running under streetlights. What's your prediction, Marley, for this one?
Well, I mean, first of all, thank you for having me on. And yeah, I'm just on my way back home now, just like, finished training, ready for the 5th of April against USA versus UK. My predictions on the Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker is a clash of two styles, really, but two styles that are well suited. So you've got the boxer of like Joseph Parker, very, very good with his hands, and he showed many times that the man can be at that world level by beating Deontay Wilder and beating Andy Ruiz and like all top names. And it's an interesting one because I think Daniel Dubois has got the power to get anyone out in the heavyweight division. But also, you've got to realise Joseph Parker is very well seasoned. So, what if, Daniel Dubois can't get away Joseph Parker inside 5 rounds? Would Joseph Parker outpoint him from there? Or will, Daniel Dubois just do what Daniel Dubois does best and just knock him out? But it is a true 50-50. Me personally, I do think, in my eyes, Joseph Parker might nick it on points.
Cool. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And let's be honest as well, Joseph Parker has got some cracking power. He's got some cracking power as well. Some of the shots we saw him land on Wilder were massive shots. And I'm surprised Wilder got through like he did. But there were some absolute bangers coming in from Joseph Parker. And I think, as you say, he's a well-seasoned pro. He's been around a long time, longer than some of us actually know. Do you know what I mean? People have picked up Joseph Parker along the way and have become a bit of a fan over his journey. What a cracking fight. Just before we move on, big luck to Marley on the Transatlantic Clash 2, UK versus USA. That's from Håkan in Sweden, Marley. Big shout out to you, mate. We're really behind you. And I'll be there in your corner, mate. You know I will. So
before you beat me up.
No, don't start. Don't start.
That's going to be live as well on Boxing Media Hub, isn't it, guys? So we can't wait for that one. The boss getting his ass kicked by Marley Mason live on Boxing Media Hub. So make sure you tune in, yo.
I don't like the fact that Jam and Mr. Neutral were both rubbing their hands when said Joel's going to get a kick in. I don't know if I like that. I'm going to be real honest. And even Sammy's put all behind you, Marley. I reckon he's thinking that's because of me as well. Yeah, Marco Romeo. Big shout out to him as well on LinkedIn. Going to be a cracking fight. Parker, hard to beat. Following that, neutral. Where you sitting on this one, mate? This is a fight we're really looking forward to, isn't it?
It certainly is, Joe. And I'm a massive, massive Daniel Dubois fan. I have been for a while. Joyce, gutted, devastated for him in that stoppage with that eye. But since then, he's come on strong. And two great fights with the master. Usyk has learnt him a lot. And you've seen the demolition that he has inflicted upon his opponent since. I just don't see Joseph Parker being any different. I think the power is just so underestimated by a lot of people, thinking that Joseph Parker, for me, has got a choice in this. I don't think he has. I think if he survives the first 8 rounds, he'd be lucky. Very lucky.
Don't you think, though, neutral? We talk about the rise of Daniel Dubois, but I think we're seeing the best version of Joseph Parker here. I think these last few fights, he's gone up levels.
He has, but he survived at levels. Don't forget, that was a very, very close managerial decision versus Zhang. He couldn't put Wilder away 12 rounds. That's, for me, that's not elite level. I'm sorry to say, it's not up there with like beating the likes of a Joshua or a Fury. He's got his real first test since that being knocked out by Anthony Joshua. So, and don't forget, he's only got 3 knockouts in his last 9 fights. So I don't see him knocking out Daniel Dubois. If anything that's going to defeat Daniel Dubois, and that's going to be Daniel Dubois' stamina.
Yeah.
If Joseph Parker is very, very clever, he'll run for 5 rounds. And I'm being serious. He's got no other. If he wants to engage with Daniel Dubois, say goodnight.
I'm going to be honest, though, and I know Jam's going to agree with me on this one, is Joseph Parker won't run from anyone. I think that is the fair observation of anyone. I think he's that sort of guy, isn't he? He comes head on. It might not work for him, but let's be honest. He did that against Zhang, and Zhang took him down several times, and Parker showed his mettle, didn't he? And he rode the storm and did what he had to do. And I'm not disagreeing with you, neutral, in the fact that about Dubois' power. He's got power. There's no doubt in it in the slightest. But I just think Parker has got the boxing brain and the experience to know when to throw those shots and back off. And I think we're gonna see it. Hawkan is saying Joseph Parker wins on unanimous decision. And Sammy's saying Marley Mason versus Joel Green. I'm rubbing my hands together when he said that. What an absolute shit.
Oh, mate, he knows how to stir a pot, doesn't he?
Oh, mate, he won't come near me. Right, over to you, Jam.
Okay, thank you, brother. Yeah, I love this fight. Obviously, Daniel Dynamite Dubois has been on the crest of a wave, as we all know, with his last few wins. He knocked out AJ in the 5th. Of course, he done Filip Ergovic, TKO 8. He beat Jarrell Big Baby Miller, although I wouldn't brag about that if I was him, but a lot of people seem to want to. But that's neither here nor there. We've got Joseph Parker. Beat Zhilei Zhang on point, majority decision. Beat Wilder, so he's shown he can take these punches. Yeah, he got knocked out by AJ, but that's back when AJ was like the proper bad man in the division, before his confidence got slapped about by Andy Ruiz, and then he got finished off by Daniel Dubois to end his pretty much his top tier career. For me, mate, I think Parker's a far superior boxer. I think he outboxes him. I think he literally keeps him on the jab all night. I think Dubois gets frustrated, just keeps going and going, trying to find the haymaker and misses, and then loses on points by a wide UD. That's where I'm sitting on this one, mate.
Do you know
I don't
what?
believe the hype about Dubois, to be honest. I don't believe the hype. Never have, never will.
Don't get me wrong. I think he has turned a major corner. I think he really has, and I think you've got to give props to Daniel, because a lot of people after that damage against Joe Joyce, they would have changed their tactic, they would have changed their style. Daniel reinvented himself, got the new trainer on board who's done him the world of good. He's made him a bit more of a boxer. He's still very upright. He's still got the very Frank Bruno-esque approach.
AJ caught
but-
him and nearly took him out in that fight just before the knockout. So it shows
But-
he's still vulnerable, mate.
but-
He's still vulnerable.
But the thing was, AJ had to go, but it was desperation, and desperation got him clipped. I don't think you're going to see the desperation from Joseph Parker, in my opinion. And for me,
Joseph Parker's not got AJ power.
Now that's true as well. That is true as well. But he has
I think
got a
he's got-
superior boxing brain.
But
in
I
my
think he's
opinion.
got power, and I think he's got speed. It might not be the same. He can't match Dubois for power. 100% he can't.
I don't
But
think anyone can at the moment.
some of those shots that he was landing on Wilder also knows how to survive. We've seen that in multiple occasions as well, haven't we? Where he looks out on his feet. It's only that Fury just would not leave him alone in that second fight because he surprised Wilder, even though he told him what he was going to do. You know, I think Parker is literally going to come out, and I think he's going to box clever. He'll land the big shots. He'll get out of the way. And I think he wins this unanimous decision. I think he survives the tidal wave. That's taking nothing away from Dubois in the slightest, because I think both of these guys, this is a cracking fight. They're meeting at the right time. Both of these guys are on a wave, aren't they? What do you want, Marley? What do you want? You've already caused enough problems. What do you want, Marley?
I'm going to cause a little bit more. I think unanimous decision is a bit harsh.
I think so too, but
I think it is a bit harsh to say about unanimous decision. Me personally, we're talking about a split decision, if not a majority decision. Like, I don't think like unanimously is the word, because you've got to realise that, you know, Daniel Dubois he is a good world champion. Like, he ain't a shit world champion.
Is he elite though, Marley? Is he elite?
Is he a superstar? Probably not. But is Joseph Parker a superstar? Is he like a pound for pound king? No, either. So, but like,
I don't know if we've got many of them in the heavyweight division. I think
you got to realise, Joseph Parker is a bit chinny as well. This is another thing I wanted to say, is that Joseph Parker has been put on his ass a lot of times, from the Dylan Whites, from like, you know, who else?
AJ, Spartan.
AJ, like, and a few others. Zhang,
Zhang.
And he did get clipped by Wilder, although he wasn't a full-on shot. He did get clipped by Wilder and was wobbled. So,
yeah,
you know, we are seeing the best version of Joseph Parker, but he still he only takes one shot from Dubois. You know, he has got that shot, Dubois, and that's 12 rounds of like trying to keep clear that shot. You know, but at the same time, my decision is gonna go with Joseph Parker by probably majority decision or maybe split decision.
Well, maybe I'm jumping the gun in some respects, and I'm actually going to listen to you a bit, Marley, which I know is unheard of. I know it, but maybe it could be more towards majority when actually, on reflection, you look at the Zhang fight and you think maybe it could be more along those lines. It could be more along that. He took the power, but he rode it. He rode his luck, but also he rode with his experience. And when he got momentum and Zhang tired, I think that's the other side of Daniel. We've got to see him in the deep waters again.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do well in the deep waters, where Parker, we know,
both times, hasn't he?
Well,
Parker,
he had that
Parker
deep water
picks up
fight
in
with
the second-
Hrgovic.
but he picks up in the second half of a fight, Parker. In my opinion, that's when he gets going. But this is why I love this one, neutral. I'm not arguing, but it's a beautiful fight to have. That we as fans,
it's a proper pick'em. It really is.
I just want to add. And don't forget, Joseph Parker's just lost his rag with him in a press conference. What happened with AJ when he lost his rag with him? You know, has he got that emotional effect going into this fight? No, who knows?
But I think Parker knows how to manage it. AJ's never known how to manage it. We saw that even in the Dillian White fight. He couldn't manage the anger.
Almost got clipped in that one, didn't he, AJ?
Yeah. I think we got a different style there. I think a Kiwis are very different to a British anger.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a different style.
Yeah,
You know, just
that
quickly to the chat.
Australasia anger.
We've got CJ in the chat. Not
Big up,
going to lie, I
CJ.
love both fighters. It's going to be a great fight. Whoever takes it, it's going to be close. Fair shout. We love a fence sitter. Back to my question, says Kingdom Boxing. Who you got, Parker, Dubois? Well, I'm going Parker. Jam's going Parker. Marley Mason's actually agreeing with me. It's a miracle. He's going
But
Parker.
he's got split or majority, Marley has, compared to mine and yours, UDs, and Neutral's gone for the knockout for Dubois.
Any round you want, knockout Daniel Dubois. Bang, get in.
For me, because Dubois is one-dimensional fighter and Parker is a multi-layered fighter, I'm going to have to give the edge to Parker. But this is going to be the beauty of this one. Let us know in the comments how you see this one at home. Hit the subscribe button, check out the rest of the content. But we want to hear from you guys and girls. Let us know your predictions. Jam, Neutral, and even you, Marley. It's nice to see you. And do you know what? The really annoying thing is, and I know this is going to annoy me more than anything, is my wife's probably going to cheer for Marley when we have our little scrap because she loves Marley more than me. That's just the way it is.
No, good luck, mate, Marley, coming up on your fight, mate, on that transatlantic clash, bro. Hope you go and do the business, mate.
yeah,
Can't wait for it.
No mercy, Marley.
It's going to be an amazing experience for me. I mean, you know, I'm on the road to glory now. I had my little hiccup last year. Was it last year? Yeah, the beginning last year. And, you know, it's a better version of myself today. And I've got the right people around me. I stopped all the bad habits. And, Joe gets on my fucking nerves. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to fight, but I'm not excited to see Joe. But, you know,
no ducking now.
Marley,
he just wants to beat the shit out of me. I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
all I will say is, Marley, you 100% have the support of the channel, mate. We're behind you. On a serious note, we're behind you 100%. You're a top bloke. You deserve a success. And I know how hard you work in and out of the ring, and you deserve it, mate. So that's the serious point of it all. You're a top bloke. So thank you very much for your time as well. And everyone, thank you very much, everyone in the chat and coming on. And we will see you all soon. Jam, see us out.
Yes, mate. Thank you to Marley, Mr. Neutral, Joel, myself. We've brought you this programme, sponsored by Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. Join us again next time on Boxing Media Hub and have some of this.
Have it. Take care, people.
God bless y'all.